Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's just the beginning of the weekend, but it feels like it's almost already over. Welcome. I am your host and pilot, Uncle B. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. Lightning Saturday. We're flying the P-38 Lightning here from Olympia, Washington. Our departure runway will be 17 today. And we're going to take off and we're going to head this way for 144 nautical miles. We're going to intercept our VOR, our VORTAC here, Echo Papa Hotel. And then we're going to turn, and what we're going to do is we're going to enter into a DME arc. Now, trust me, you don't have to overthink it or whatever. It's just a pattern entry into our preferred landing runway, right here, runway 23. So basically, the way I understand it, because I read it this morning just to make sure I could try to explain it. From this VORTAC, if you were to go on a heading of 320 for, I think it's 14 nautical miles, something like that, or for some distance, you should intercept this fixed point knock. And then from here, so we're going to intercept this, and then the theory behind it is you make 10-degree turns every so often until you are on your heading of 230. Well, the final heading is 231. Good morning, Mr. Adams. You're turning in, so by the time you get to this fixed point, Medney, you should be going onto your final heading. So we're going to turn there, and then we're going to line up. We're going to pass this point, and then we're going to pass this point, and then this is our final point that we're going to pass. At this point, we have to be at 2,800 feet as we cross this marker. The airport's at 24 something, so the intent is that we come in. We're very close to landing once we cross this point, so it shouldn't be a very far for touchdown right here. Okay, so it's not. We don't have to overthink it. It's just an arc. If you look at if you ever pulled up a chart, the approach chart for Fairchild Air Force Base, this this arc of a circle that's in theory the route you would fly to line up for landing on runway 23 here. So that's all it is. And then we have a localizer at the end, ISCA, that I'm going to tune into. I think they're both on the same frequency. This one is on 110.30, and I think this one is as well, which is IFRC. Yep. So we'll intercept either one. We'll get, it should probably going to be this one, but anyway, so that's what we're going to do today. So it's nothing super complicated or anything like that. It's just a different way of, basically it's just a way of lining up for the approach for landing. That's all. So I'm going to go ahead and get in here. I think I need to adjust my time again. It's gone a little bit wonky here. And I'm going to get my plane started up, and we'll taxi out to this is the difficult part about changing the time. Sometimes it just has a mind of its own. All right, there we go. That should be sufficient. All right, let's go in here and get... I'm fine, Joseph. I woke up a little bit late this morning. I didn't set my alarm last night before I went to bed, so I was laying in bed, and I was, all of a sudden I'm like, okay, the sun's up. I wonder what time it is, and I look at my phone, and it was like 11 minutes after 6, and I was like, oh, I think I should get up and get moving so I can get ready for the stream. So, but no, I'm fine. All right, let's go in and get in here and get the plane started up. I don't know if anybody's joining today. Mick went pretty late last night with the sniper game. I didn't get a chance to. Oh, it's fine. I when I looked at the time and I was like, oh, it wasn't like super. It wasn't like it was 6:50 in the morning or something like that. But it's just, I just was like, oh, it's time to get up and get moving and and all that. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's flying with us today or not, to be honest. Well, let's get put all our gas in the tank. That's ready. All right. Those are all set. So, also U.S. April, I think, is how that is supposed to be done. I'll be honest, when people put numbers in their names, it throws me off because I don't know what letter it's supposed to stand for. So, but thank you for the follow yesterday. Just want to make sure I give you a shout out for the follow. Alright, I think. Let's go ahead and turn the compass power on. Alright. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Two Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Alright, there's one. Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. There we go, and there's 2. How are you doing, though, Joseph? Are you recovered from your adventures yesterday with your dad? Alright, 11260. Yeah, I have to wonder, because Bex went to bed early last night. Okay. Bex asked this question the other night, which is a very good question. Where the hell did you guys have to go to get the car fixed? Oh my goodness. Did you have to like drive halfway across the UK to get it done? All right. So if I remember correctly from last night, 1.7 should be back there behind us. dealership, but I mean, but where? Like, I mean, that's very early. I mean, okay, yeah, if you want to be there to be first in line, I get it, but that's, unless you're driving a great distance, that's really early. But I don't know. Just curious, that's all. Oh, wait a minute. No. 1.7 is the other way. 3.5 is going that way. Okay. No, fair enough. It's just like, it's awful early to get up. But again, like I could understand if. Wait, no, this is 1.7. Okay, this is where we want to go right here. So I'm gonna pull up right here, and then we're gonna wait and see if anybody wants to join. I'm gonna check the. See if Mick is on or not. He didn't say anything last night, so I don't know if he is or not. We'll get that done. Let's just see if we have anybody on the... Nope, he's not there. He's not there. Okay. Well, we'll wait a few more minutes to see if anybody's going to join. It just might be me today, that's fine. Let's see, make sure I have everything else set to go. Got more than enough gas to get us there, so if we burn some gas in the meantime, it's fine. Keep the parking brakes on for just a moment. All the lights on. That's kind of a neat picture right there. I like that. There we go. Alright, I'm going to take us out to the runway. Okay. Well, I don't think anybody's coming in, so we're just going to get going. Come on. There we go. All right. And away we go. Crusty salute to Olympia Regional. Thanks for hosting us. Ooh, look at that. That is, let's see, what is that? What is that right there? That is Mount Rainier. Right there. One of the highest peaks there in Washington State. The state of Washington, however you want to say it. Turn a little bit to the left. Beautiful Mount Rainier. Settling down at our cruising altitude here of 8,500 feet. So yesterday evening when I was looking at this flight and checking things and seeing what other interesting sort of stuff we could be doing, when I put this flight plan in on SkyVector, which I tell you is it's a great tool to be able to use even though, you know, you don't have to create an account or anything. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not supposed to be for sim pilots, but it does give you a lot of good information. In the sim, it had us going up to about almost 20,000 feet, or up to 20,000 feet for our cruising altitude. And I'm thinking we're going to be passing over a lot of areas like this, you know, so we have to get up over them and we'll be fine. No, our route is taking us over a very low mountainy sort of area. So it said like 8,000 feet was the cruising altitude. So I'm like, wait a minute, why would SkyVector say 8,000 feet is an acceptable cruising altitude, but in the sim it says go up to 20? So I think in the sim it's like it gives you an altitude based on what real world pilots would probably have to contend with, because there's a lot of air traffic in this area. You know, Seattle, downtown, Seattle airports, you know, over this way, the Boeing airfield's over that way, Joint Base Lewis McChord, you know, there's a lot of air traffic here, and then where we're coming into, there's a lot of air traffic because we're landing right near Tacoma International. So, anyways, just going to keep an eye out in case anybody pops in and speeds up to catch us. So yeah, we'll just cruise. We'll just live right here at 8,500 feet. I think that's reasonable. Oops, I think I need to turn. Yeah, almost there. Still go to the left just a bit. Make sure we intercept that line, the magenta line. Oh, 5 people in, hanging out. Hold on just a second, folks. I need to get the ads going. All right. Anybody else want to come in and say hello? Please don't let Joseph's car fixing adventures be the only thing in the chat today. Let me change these to the drop tanks. There we go. Maybe I'm too much for people on Saturdays. I don't know. Yeah, look at this. Look at this, though. Oh, there's Mount Rainier. Lots of hiking, camping, fishing. Many parts of Washington State, or the state of Washington. We have 114 nautical miles to our VORTAC. Oh, look at these valleys, though. Oh, boy. Oh, man. You know what I'm thinking. Not in this plane. But you know what I'm thinking. This looks like a place that needs to be introduced to the F-14. Coming inverted over Mount Rainier. Well, I guess nobody wants to really talk today. So Thursday, of course, we had the roadmap update, the weekly developer update, I guess you call it. I call it roadmap, whatever you want to call it. Nothing really significant came out Thursday. I guess, which is to be expected. It's hit and miss at this point. As we get through. Hello, Skeptic. I can talk about be careful what you wish for. That's fine, Skepticontin. How are you? Nice to see you here. Hope you are well. I did catch you a little bit on Two-Tone Murphy's stream a day or so ago. So, and I would, I fully agree with Captain Arish that your home system for your flying is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just it's been humid here. Last night I thought for sure we were going to get some rain and thunderstorms, but it didn't happen. But it was just kind of, muggy all night and this morning. Somebody's acting up out front. But yeah, I'm good. Well, no, but it the fact, like you said, that you did everything without, you're not a handy person. You just did it all on your own, and it looks amazing. So yeah, it's good stuff. I think Captain Arish needs something like that. We had a major storm last night, or two over several hours, and today is cool but very, very muggy. Yeah, I wish it would just cool down a bit and we'd be fine. But you know what? I think I'm just going to climb just a tad higher just to be safe. And see, where I live, there's a lot of people around here who ride motorcycles, and because in the evening they can get out and ride, and it's cooler for them and all that. So they're usually out late at night, early in the morning, and they're just being loud on purpose, which I think is just you know, I don't mind people. Yeah, it is. Well, like I slept off and on, but I finally passed. I think I finally really drifted off to sleep about 1 or 2 this morning, and then, you know, as I was saying earlier, I didn't set my alarm, so it was like, you know, my body was like, I kind of just felt like the sun's already up and everything, and I'm just like, what time is it? And then you know, it was only 11 minutes after 6, but it felt to me like I'd way overslept, you know. So, um, so yeah, I had to get myself going, get up, make some coffee, have a quick bite to eat, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, it was. I'm looking forward to Captain Arish and Allison returning to the skies as on the next leg of the Amelia Earhart journey. Should be very nice. This is some really... Oh, there's Mick. Mick's here. Hey, Mick is in the Spitfire. He's catching up. Look at that. Hey, Mick's here. Woo! I've just done... Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I was kind of doing last night, because I had 2 VORs. We're on our way to our first one right now. But then I discovered... Because I was like, okay, how can I land? You know, of course, I was tinkering around with the, you know, on the procedures and activating the approach and all that stuff, and I'm just like, well, wonder if I could just put... I was looking... Oh, it's Mount Rainier, one of the high peaks here in the state of Washington, on the northwest coast of the United States. There's that one. There's quite a few high peaks here in the area, but there's, you know, there's like hiking trails around there. Yeah, nice, Mick. Nice to see you. Yeah, it is. It's one of the very... It's I'd say one of the more beautiful areas in the state of Washington for sure. There's a couple of high peaks. I know there's one over there, Mount St. Helens, which erupted a long time ago. Is around this area here somewhere. I can't remember where exactly, but when I was in Yakima when I was in the National Guard, we were, I think Yakima is like somewhere over there. Yeah, it's a really neat area. I was pleased when I came up with this flight plan, because it was like, we were going to come over some really beautiful area here in the state of Washington. Yeah, I didn't know, Mick. I was going to ask you last night, but you were, I think, pretty tired from all the sniper action last night. So nice to see you. But so basically, what we're doing, once we get to our lone VOR, our VORTAC, the one that we're heading to right now, we're gonna turn left a little bit on another heading, and we're gonna intercept a DME arc. So basically, it's just a way to come in to land at Fairchild Air Force Base. That's all. It's nothing fancy. Don't go like, oh my God, arcs and stuff. You know, like, nope. Don't worry about it. It's not maths and everything else. You don't have to get your trigonometry and geometry and calculus and all those other books out and get your fancy calculator out to know what we're talking about. It's just a way of preparing to land at Fairchild Air Force Base. That's it. Part of the mountain where it collapsed. Well, that's Mount Rainier. St. Helens is somewhere else from here. I can't remember where, though, in relation to us. But it's in this area, when the one that erupted back, I think it was in the 1980s. and covered the area in ash and all that. Like it was when they showed it on TV, it was a pretty amazing thing. All the whole area just covered in all that ash and all that. But yeah, it does. I think Mount Rainier is I think it's a dormant volcano, or I don't know if it's active or not. Can't remember. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I was looking at last night. I was looking at the time, and it was getting late, and it was just like, oh, I was just trying to make sure I had something interesting. But yeah, this is just absolutely amazing scenery, I think. So yeah, kind of a scenic flight today. Tomorrow we will be in Northwest Canada, in the Cessna 172. We're going to take off and head, there's a little small airport that we're going to leave from, and then we're going to fly to another airport, but we got a couple of VORs that we're going to intercept along the way, something like that. So it should be a nice scenic flight tomorrow as well. Ooh, little bit of Nick's speeding up. He's like, I want to get out. I want to get in the clean air. Oh, he's over by Mount Rainier, it looks like. Oh. Pool party on Monday. Oh, that's right. You have somebody celebrating their birthday on Monday, aren't they? I think let's just go up just a bit higher, just to be on the safe side. Dad duties, yeah. Well, and like I said, I didn't get a chance to ask you last night, and I thought, well, you know, if you were going to be here, you would find your way. So yeah, some really neat scenery here, that's for sure. Lost a couple of viewers, it looks like. They're like, oh, he's talking mumbo jumbo again. DME arcs and stuff. I can't handle it. Well, nice, Mick. Hopefully it's a good party. Just make sure you wear more than your cowboy boots to the party. I'm sure your wife's already reminded you of that as well. All right, just had to get a little more coffee into my system. Well, you know, if Mick had his way, it would be a heavy metal party. That's Mick's kind of party. Alright, what are we looking at here? 60 nautical miles. So just on the other side of this, somewhere up in here, that's when we're going to make our turn and start making our way. So we're going to get to, we have to be at 6,000 feet when we get to that first fixed point, which is knock. Hey, good morning, Allison. How are you? Nice to see you here. Hopefully you are well. Hopefully things are starting to cool down a little bit for you. I know you had to cancel a couple of your streams, I think, earlier in the week because of the heat, and worrying to make sure you don't overheat the computers. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Looking forward to watching some of the Captain Arish, Allison Johnson fun stuff today. Always entertaining, always educational. Always learn something. There's so much that I thought I knew about Amelia Earhart, and of course part of that is just from that one movie that they did about her with Hilary Swank. But the one thing I love about when you do these flights, Allison, is that you read. Yeah. I saw your post about it, and I was like, it's probably going to be at least 8 hours. You know, there's always those little hiccups that happen, you know, that neither you or Captain Arish can plan for, and it's usually sim related. But I think I need to go shopping before. Yeah, get your snacks and drinks and everything ready. So, but yeah, I really. No, we're not, Mick. We're gonna turn once we get, our VOR DME, which is, or our VORTAC, which is 52 nautical miles ahead of me. We're going to turn, we're going to enter into an arc, and we're going to line up. It's fine. Just if you want to head straight for the airfield, you're more than welcome to. It's up to you. You're fine. Just got very muggy here. Yeah. But yeah, that's the one thing I do love, is that you read her journal entries that she sent back to her husband that are published now. So that's really, I think that's really fascinating to hear her own words and her observations of the areas that she landed at and everything. I think that's just a truly amazing thing to have a part of of your stream. So I might try to pop in and fly maybe at least the first leg. So yes, in case you didn't know, Allison, I'm now a member of the Firefly Air over on the yes, I would agree. And that's something that most people don't really recognize, I think, about her, is that she was very eloquent with her words, very descriptive, and wrote in such a way that, you know, I think now people can appreciate her adventure. Yep. Viper Strike, I was watching his stream was it earlier in the week, I think it was, when the last leg he did in Japan. He was telling me about it. I said, well, does it work on Xbox? He said, yeah, you do. So the only thing is I have to put everything in manually, and then like Giblo or Gibbo Ireland or Airlock or somebody has to approve it. So, but it's fine. But yeah, the only thing is I don't get to the landing rate is just the like the average. So my landing rates aren't as good as they probably really are when I land. You know, I think I do a little bit better than the airline average, but yeah. So, but happy to be a part of that. Airlock was telling me that they're trying to get some liveries in on the Xbox side for yeah, it's but yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of it. And yeah, Viper Strike was like, yeah, just go do this and it'll be fine. So I was like, okay. So I did it, and then it was like I didn't, you know, because it says, you know, if your application doesn't get approved, or you know, if you don't hear from us, then send a message on the Discord. And I was like, okay, well, how long do I wait before I start bugging people? But no, it got approved later that day. And yeah, Airlock Doc the other day when I was flying, he gave me all kinds of information and just so I'm not flying with the InSim ATC anymore, thank God, because it's so like, oh, it's so not working correctly, and that's one of the things I keep reading in the forums is like, when is this going to get corrected, kind of thing. So he said, he gave me a couple different sites that I can use to that I know which runway to take off from, for like which way the wind's blowing and stuff like that, which runway to land on based on the wind. So yeah, all kinds of good information for me. All right, so this was the river. All right, so yeah, we can start getting down in altitude. I think we're over the high stuff by now. Get back down to 85. Oops. We're just going to 8,000. So yeah, he just he's like, I'm going to spam your Discord messenger. So yeah, he gave me all kinds of good stuff. He gave me a site called which runway to choose. So it's runway.airporttdb.jo. That you could put in a hello Mela, the airport, the 4-letter code, for instance. So like if I put in KSKA, or the airport that we're heading to, or Fairchild Air Force Base, it'll show the, you know, the runways in relation to the wind and which one is the better option and stuff like that. Yeah, I tell you. Now one of the things that he sent me a link to, which I looked at originally, but I don't have VATSIM because I'm not on the PC, but it's something similar to SkyVector in a way, because you have all these other charts and stuff like that. But because I'm not on VATSIM and everything, I was like, if you use an iPhone, Medar TAF is a great app. Okay, I will have to look into that. I do have the E6B app on my phone as well. Although I reopened the website to it that I think Captain Arish uses every so often on his streams, so that I can calculate my times better, especially when I'm flying in the Junkers 52. My times are just the way I was calculating it was way off. So this is that way it's very clear to me what the so I use Windy, or yeah, I think I use windy.com. That seems to work pretty well. But on the runway one, it does give like the most recent metadata. Ventusky for win. Oh. But yeah, he gave me all kinds of good information. He's like, yeah, just shut the ATC off. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. The only drawback though is if I do like a jetliner flight, I don't. Okay, so yeah, so there's a couple different ways to get that information. But if I do like a A320 flight, for instance, if I don't talk to, because I don't have that the system that the PC users have where you can call in for a backup without talking to the tower or whatever, or a pushback, not backup, but a pushback. Yeah, it's very. That's the only thing that I'm like, well, okay, I guess, and then I just have to start out on the runway, or in some cases, if I reverse the throttle and then I can back up that way, which probably isn't the best thing to do for the engines in real life. So yeah, that's the only thing, but that's okay. We'll work around it. I just may not be able to start it like at an actual gate. I may have to like find a, place off to the side of the, kind of like a maintenance area or something where I have room to turn around if necessary. All right, let's go down about 7,000 feet. But yeah, it's so it is a bit of a different way of flying for me. I got so okay. I will see you. Hold on a second, Bella. I'll see you hopefully in Allison's stream, Skeptic. But thank you for popping in for a little while and saying hello. Nice to see you as always. Enjoy your PC cleaning and shopping. I just had some ham and cheese sandwiches last night, Amella. It was just so muggy and everything. It was just kind of like, I was hungry, but I wasn't like wanting to cook, because it was still really hot during the day, and I was just like, So yeah, just basic stuff. Nothing fancy. Nothing like the 6 liters of soda and the 3 packages of the big marshmallows and then the chili on top of it. Oh, I couldn't pass up the opportunity though, Mela, honestly, because I know you asked me about what food I eat, and I was like, I gotta say something that is just gonna blow Mela's mind. Oh boy. Let's see, where's Nick at? Nick is right there. Alright. We are going to turn on a heading of 046. Here, once we cross over our I may have to join on the second leg, actually, Allison. I have to make a phone call this morning as soon as we wrap the stream up. I just remembered. I almost forgot. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I gotta say, okay, Bangkok to Singapore. Nice. Okay. All right, we'll find a suitable aircraft for that leg. I'm trying to think. What would be a good... Well, like the SR-22, I think, I was looking at that, or the DA-40NG has comparable speed to what you guys are going to be doing in the Electra. I just don't think it has the range. That's the only. even if I put it on gas sip mode. Just take a little sip of gas. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'll figure something out. Yeah, approximately 150 knots. Yeah, I was looking, because when I saw that, I was like, what plane could I use? And then I was like, there was only a few that I have available that I could actually fly with you at 150 knots. I could probably fly this, but I'd really have to, this is 189. Even if I dialed back the throttle, it would be, I feel like it'd be struggling to stay in the air at 150. But I'll figure something out. That'll be fine. All right, there is our Vortac. And then we will, let's see, what was it? 046 for 71 nautical miles. Heading to the DME arc. Some interesting agricultural areas. I'm always perplexed about these circles. What kind of crop is grown in these circles? That is the preferred method of farming, whatever this is. I'm always curious. I'd like to ask a farmer sometime. What do you grow? What's the? Hey, Daniel, how are you? Have you had your usual Saturday afternoon feast? 046. Alien codes, yeah. Might be. Well, that's what everybody always thinks, but I'm curious to see what sort of crops are grown there. That putting it in a circle is the most efficient method of harvesting and everything. All right, so we are on our way to that fixed point, knock. Oops, 053. Oops. Okay. It's a little bit off from what I was reading over here on. I'm just having the last few mouthfuls. Oh, nice. Is your friend still working there that tried to give you the double helping of the chips, Daniel? Milla's, I think, is still kind of cross at you for that, for you saying no thank you to that extra helping of chips. I can't do the Daniel thing like Mix does. Sorry, Daniel. I don't have the voice for it. I barely had the voice for when
Predator Killer
would show up, but yeah, you should have never put that in the chat, Daniel. That you were like, no, thank you. I don't want the extra chips. Camilla's like, what? Why would you say no to extra chips? What's wrong with you? It's like if you go to KFC and say, well, would you like an extra bucket of chicken at no extra cost? You'd say, yes, please, thank you. Noah Mello would. Like, an extra bucket of chicken at no extra cost? Psh, sign me up. Do I have to have like a do I have to have like a membership or something? Do I need one of them fancy cards or whatever that you punch it every time I come in and buy a bucket of chicken? No? Oh, let's go then. I have to admit, the KFC I remember growing up, it just doesn't taste the same like it used to. I don't know why, but it doesn't. Texan 1 is with us as well in the Spitfire. Mick is over here with... Oh, I got a couple Spitfires escorting my P-38 Lightning. Here to Fairchild Air Force Base. Former Army Air Corps airfield during World War II. There you go. Well, see, now Mick puts it in, but you can hear him say it. Or, you know, you read it and you can hear it in your mind. All them, yeah. But yeah, it just doesn't taste the same. It just, I don't know. I miss the KFC from when I was growing up. That was good stuff. I still like to this day the mashed potatoes and the coleslaw. The biscuits are usually still pretty good, although even those are kind of like, let's go ahead and pull back on the... Let's have a look at our gas situation. Oh, we still got quite a bit to go on the external tank. Good stuff. So are you, oh, I was just going to ask you, what's for Sunday dinner? You already answered it. It's either a roast or a chicken. You know, I have to admit, Daniel, that's one of the things I truly admire about your... that you all still have Sunday dinner together. That's awesome. Not many families do that anymore. All right, 50 nautical miles to our fixed point. To our roast chicken. Yeah. Well, it's either a pot roast or it's roast chicken. One of the two usually you have for your Sunday dinner. And no, I'm not having banana. I don't think Amila's ever going to live that one down. Talking about the... well, I mean... in some cultures, that's just the you know, it's part of their... I don't want to say diet, but you know. But yeah, it's just different, you know, when it's like not something that you're used to having. You know, it can be kind of like one of those strange things. Like, still to this day, my mom, if I call her on the phone, well, she's still there. It's only 5 o'clock in the morning, so they wouldn't answer the phone. But if I asked her sometime if what she thinks about me eating sushi, still to this day, she will say, "I don't understand how he ever liked it. I never encouraged it." Or anything like that. So I don't know where he got it from. Yeah, no, things like that, it's an acquired taste, and it's not for everybody. Ooh, nice. There is a buffet across town, not far from the university. Um, I haven't been over there in ages, but they had like they only had like the for sushi they had the like the shrimp, and I think the tuna, that sort of thing. It wasn't like a full blown sushi sort of place. So. Yeah. Texan One's with me. There's Mick. Yeah, we had a couple people pop in after departure. So thank you both for popping into the flight. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow on the Cessna 172. We are departing from Door Lake and heading to Saskatoon. Well, we have a tack-in and a vortac. 103 nautical miles first leg, 186 miles second leg. So that's some nice scenery. No train sim tomorrow. We're just going to get right to the flying tomorrow. Since we have that 186 nautical mile in the Cessna 172. It's going to take a bit of time, but hopefully we'll have some. I think we'll have some nice scenery up over the northwest part of Canada. Eventually, one of the flights we're going to do is on the other side, east side of Canada, and we're going to take off on a water strip and fly and then land on a water strip. So should be a nice flight for that as well. So if you want to do some pontoon flying on coming up here pretty soon. Not today, but within the next week or two, I think. Let's see. Let me have a look here. We do have a pontoon flight coming up on the 4th of August. Port McNeill seaplane base to Parksville. That should be a nice flight. On the 6th of August, we're going from Great Falls to Cheyenne. Quite a bit of flying on that one. 152 nautical miles, 143, 95, 90. So we got some great flying coming up in a couple weeks for that. On the 7th of August, yes, that is the seaplane flight over on the east coast of Canada. Boisvert seaplane base to Bolton Landing. So we got some good stuff coming up. No Sunday dinner next weekend. Parents are... Well, that means you're going to the chip shop again for your Sunday meal. You know, it's weird on your plane, Mick. On this one, it doesn't show a Spitfire, but it shows you're flying with the front landing gear only down. It's very weird. Nice view out the back there. "25 nautical miles. All right, so we need to get down to our last bit of altitude, 6,000 feet. It's not the same, Joseph. See, when Mick does it, you hear Mick in your mind. You hear Mick say it. When you do it, I don't hear. I don't hear that. Sorry. Oh, there's Mick. I was gonna say I heard a plane above me somewhere. There's our fixed point coming up in 20 nautical miles. Trying to get to the seaside. What do you mean you're trying to get to the seaside, Joseph? I'm not sure what you mean. Well, you know what happened last time you went to the seaside, Joseph. You ended up with a horrendous sunburn. So, and you probably nearly dehydrated yourself. That's okay. I'll tell you this quick story. The first couple times I went to Laguna Seca for the car races, and I think it was probably in 2005 when I first really started going on a fairly regular basis. You get there in the morning, the fog is over, comes in off the coast there, and so it is a bit chilly. And so you dress appropriately. All of a sudden, without any, it's not like it's like a slow transition or anything. All of a sudden, it's like the fog is gone, and then it's like hot. And you're just like, you can't get your sweater off fast enough, and then you're just like, oh, yeah, you're just very miserable because it's, you were overdressed for the time. Well, okay, water is one thing, but you didn't wear sunscreen, or that's good that you have water with you, but you got to have sunscreen, and don't be wearing a hoodie and all that, and darn near make yourself pass out. So wear plenty of sunscreen so you don't get a sunburn. But yeah, I used to always, like, it would just be a quick transition. You'd just be like, all of a sudden, you're like, man, it's hot all this, and then you look up and all the fog's gone, and yeah. I miss Laguna Seca. You know, there's people who bought houses, because there's very high-end, posh sort of living areas there. People who bought houses in the area had the audacity to complain about the noise of the track. Like, so did you not know, unless you're living under a rock, How could you not know about the existence of Laguna Seca? Like, honestly. We are going to buy it. Okay. Well, make sure you get some and use it. Don't just buy it and then go like, okay, I'm going to carry it with me just in case. No. Put that stuff on. Use it. Don't just buy it and, oh, I'll have it with me just in case. No, there's no just in case. But yeah, people complained about the existence of Laguna Seca. And it's like, no, sorry. You bought the house there. You should have done your research. Your realtor should have told you. No, you don't get to complain. I'm sorry, but no. That is a money maker for the Monterey Bay area, especially on historic weekend. Well, the story I heard was that initially they were wanting an F1 race there, so they put the infield part in of the track, and then F1 said no, thank you, because there's not enough pit complexes for all the teams at that time. So it's basically been GT racing, GT sports car racing, and then once a year they hold the historic races. So you have different classes of cars. You have cars from the very early forms of motorsports, like old Bugattis, stuff like that, and then you have more modern stuff, technically. But there's like a cutoff point that what they consider to be part of a historic sort of. No, Laguna. It's Laguna. All right, and our next heading will be. We'll get it here in just a minute. And then I think by... Hold on, let me look at her. Let's see. Okay, we have to be at 5,000 feet at our next fixed point. I'm going to go ahead and drop down to that now, so I don't forget. On heading of 97. Now this isn't the correct way to fly it. Technically what you're supposed to do is you would have you would tune into the VOR near the airport there, and then you would, as long as you maintain that 90-degree angle all the way around, then you would be fine. But we're kind of cheating the system a little bit here today. Yeah, for many years when I first started going, it was Mazda was the title or the sponsor of the track, was Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and then a couple years ago WeatherTech bought the name for the track, so it's WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, which just doesn't seem very Let's have a look at our fuel. We've still got plenty to go. We're not going to run out of gas today, that's for sure. sure everything's caught up here. I feel like the all right, there we go. Now we're set. Traffic today. Well, when I went to the Apple store the other night, Ontario, yeah, so that's Southern California. I think the last time I was in an Apple store was in Philadelphia. It's been ages. I only go there if I absolutely have to, but they did have a nice one. I want to say in Palo Alto eventually. I'm surprised there wasn't more of them in the Bay Area, to be honest. All right. All right. So what I need to do, I want to dial in. It was hold on, let me look here. 110.3. All right. Let's see, did it go through? It did. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start making slow turns. And we want to line up on 231 degrees. We'll go ahead and drop to our next altitude of 4,500. Oops. All right, that should be our destination right there. Nope, that's not it. That's Tacoma, I believe, right there. Ours is right there. All right, so what I'm going to do from here, let's see, let's go ahead and get down to 3,600. Actually, I'm going to have to like manually fly this in for sure, because we are off the I turned a little early, I think. Ah! I really wish there was a way you could disable that. I think there is, but I'm not 100% sure. Not the most perfect DME arc, but we are lined up for our landing runway. So look at that. We're lined up right on the localizer. So we got that green line right there up on the upper left-hand side. So we are right where we basically need to be as far as on approach. We are a little high. Not even a little high. We are very high. Pretty close to where we need to cross that over our last point there. There we go. Ta-da. Ta-da. Oh, what year was that? Oh, it was in the 2000s, I think. I think it was after I bought my first Mac laptop from the Apple Store, so now we just gotta wait for Mick to come on in and we'll find a place to park it. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, not too shabby. I'm quite happy with that one. That was probably one of the best landings I've had in the P-38. So it all worked. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. So if you just stuff like that, if you practice with it and just start using it, you'll get comfortable with it and trust the systems, and not always trust them, but keep just learning. That's the important part. We learned that thank you, Daniel, the DME arc in theory worked, because we did follow around, although we didn't follow the arc all the way, but we had our lineup for our approach. The localizer thing worked, so it all works. That's the important part. We know it works. Mick is over there. Mick. He's still... There's something different about the Spitfire. I know last time I flew it, I did know that there's something is different about the way it handles on landing. It's not the way it used to be. But he's on the ground, as long as he didn't tip over. I think he's on the ground. He did run off into the grass. So once Mick gets over here, we'll take a little family photo real quick. We'll wrap things up. Thank you again, Mick and Texan 1 for joining in on the flight today. We can just go ahead and park right over. These look like good parking spots right here. So yeah, it worked. Not too shabby for not having done that before, where it was just kind of, I just kind of came up with that last night, that that's how we're going to fly today. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So we'll get the camera ready for the family photo here as soon as Mick pulls over. See, Texan, I don't see your name now, but that's all right. I don't know, maybe because you're... Let me try from another angle or something. Huh. I don't know why it's not working. I saw your name on approach. It was there, and now all of a sudden it's not there. It's strange. Yeah, see, it's like your plane is all fuzzy. Let me... Hold on a second. Let me invite you to the group. I think I have you as a friend. But I think... Let's see if that works. Accept the invitation to the group, and then let's see if that works. And I might have to invite Mick to the group, because now I don't see... Oh, now I see his name. Oh, we're too close. Ah, okay. Oh, he just left, I think. Oh, there he is. Huh, that's weird. Now it's like you were there and now you're not there. Dang. Well, that's because even though I have the Spitfire, it's not showing them as Spitfires for some reason. It's a different plane. I don't know why it does that. Now, see, now I don't see your name. Okay, let me... Hold on. Let me pull forward a little bit and see if that'll fix it. Everybody sit tight. Just pull forward just a bit. Oh, when I pause, I disappear. Okay. Let's see if I can get a little distance. Let's see if this works now. Now, see, you're in, but I don't see your name still. All right. Well, we'll just get our family photo here. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not working. Okay. Yeah, but your nameplate isn't showing up. But that's okay. I know you were here. So that will, let me move back over here. There we go. Hour 11, not too bad. So we aren't getting credit for the takeoffs because we don't have clearance, I think. That's, even though I turned everything off, it's because we took off anyway. It's like... I didn't get the okay to take off, so I don't get credit for the departure for the takeoff, but I do get credit for the landing. So, anyway, so that will do for today, folks. I do greatly appreciate Texan 1 and Mick joining in today. That was a nice surprise. I didn't expect anybody to be flying with me today, because I just never know when folks are going to have the time to do that. So thank you both. Tomorrow, see Cessna 172 departing from Door Lake to Saskatoon, up in the northwest part of Canada. We're going to take off and head for 103 nautical miles, and then we're going to turn and head for 186 nautical miles, and then we will be at our arrival airport. Hold on a second. You sent me an attachment. Oh, thank you. I will definitely. That's a keeper. Thank you, Joseph. Do be careful at the beach today, the seaside, wherever you're going to go. Water and sunscreen. Plenty of both, and you'll be fine. Don't overdress or anything like that because you're going to end up in the hospital. Anyway, so yeah, Cessna 172 tomorrow. Should be a nice scenic flight. So I will hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday morning, depending on where you are in the world. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until then, peace, live long and prosper.